Hi everyone, Dennis Foley from Acoustic Fields. Today we're going to talk about properly placed expectations. I've been kind of monitoring this with our room forms and our phone calls as we get, hundreds of these a month. So I get a lot of chances to ask questions, and I keep asking the same questions and then, recording the answers that people say. So one of the questions I ask is, what is your system sonic goal? When you put your system together, whatever it is, theater, 2-channel, it doesn't make any difference. When you put your system together, you had a particular goal in mind. I think you had a particular way you wanted the system to sound. I believe from all of the, phone calls and stuff we've had over the last 17 years, I've kind of synthesized it down to that. You had an idea in your mind of how the system sounded, and that's an expectation, and you place that expectation into a situation, and you bought gear and you put it in a room, etc., right? So have you realized it? Is it there? Is that what you wanted? Does your result match what you wanted in terms of a goal, a sonic goal, or is something missing? This is what I see all the time. Something's missing. People don't know what. They just know what they don't like. And if you draw a line, the old Ben Franklin crows, all the good and the bad, and you start listing it, there's more bad than good. So they don't know how to fix it. And that's what we have to focus on. They know something's missing. Why do some songs sound good and others bad? Your favorite songs. There's songs that you'll play because they sound good on your system. When people come over and you want to demonstrate your system, you play certain songs because they sound better than others. That should not be. It really shouldn't, unless the recording's bad. So you want to do that. Why do some songs have too much bass and others not? Probably the songs you pick to demo have less bass because your room can't manage the bass, right? These are just some possible questions that we hear. Why can't I hear the fundamental difference between a kick and a kick drum and a bass guitar? They both sound the same. No, they don't. They're dramatically different. Dramatically, night and day. Or they would be the same instrument, right? If they weren't dramatically different. All right? Why does it change depending on my speaker location? If it's closer to a wall, farther away from a wall, why does the sound change? Why does the sound stage change? Why does the resolution? Why doesn't my system sound like music? Get that a lot. That's a pretty subjective term, sounds like music, but I think we all kind of get it. To me, if you emotionally connect to a system, you start moving. Your hands move, your feet move. There has to be some kind of visceral response to the whole situation, and then a physical outcome of it. So everybody has their different gear. Everybody has their different goal here. So all these issues got nothing to do with your gear. Buying a different amplifier, different cable, different speakers, not going to get you your sonic goal because your problem is in the room. So you got to focus on the room. Let's just divide it in half. If gear sound accounts for 50% of what you hear and the room accounts for 50%, shouldn't you spend as much time on the room as you did here? Because you spent a lot of time here. I know it, I do. And I know you're the same. Looking at numbers, sometimes we don't know what they mean. Well, how does that number sound? That's my question. How does 0.005 total harmonic distortion sound? Well, hopefully it doesn't. But you get the idea. Nobody does this. It's crazy to me. Of course, it's crazy to me because this is what I do, but it should be a little crazy to you. Something that contributes that much to the overall equation is a pretty important variable, and it's got to be addressed. It's got to be addressed, all right? I try to tell people, to explain to them in words, what treating a room sounds like. And I've come up with getting a new amplifier, new speakers, new cable, new digital front end, all at once, times 5. Big claim, but that's what it's like. And here's the thing about it. You don't need new gear. You just need to treat the room. 80% of the time, when people are faced with, do I spend money on treating the room or do I get new gear? The ones that treat their room keep their existing gear. Because all the reasons they bought it and their room won't let them hear it come back after the room is treated and the distortions of the room are minimized. They keep their gear. If they do, a year or two later, want new gear, they'll be able to hear the difference that new amplifier that costs $10,000 more will give them. Now they can't. So get your expectations for resolution. And you also want to have, here's an important thing that I forgot to mention. We build a lot of rooms for people, whether DIY or whatever. The bottom line is we do both the noise and the treatment. When the room is finished and the client gets to go in the room and press the play button, I remember a quote from Woodstock. Max Yasgar, the owner of the land Woodstock was on, said, "It's nice that 500,000 people can get together and have 3 days of fun and music and nothing but fun and music." I was at Woodstock. So it was exactly that. It was 3 days of fun and music. That's what people experience when they get their new room. I've had people tell me that they've locked themselves in their new room for 3 days and listened to all their old favorites over and over and over again. Why? Because they hear more. They know everything in the song as much as their existing room will let them hear that. But when they get the new room, they hear so much more that they just have to hear all their sources over and over again. I've actually had wives call me and complain that their husband is spending too much time in the room. Twice. That's a tough call. Think about it. TAP. This is a variable acronym people got to get if you're going to think about your room. What kind of treatment are you going to use? The type, how much are you going to use, and where are you going to put it? All this is dependent on what you're doing in the room. So what you're doing comes first, usage, and then treatment. Before all that, of course, noise transmission. So balance these expectations. There was nothing wrong with your original sonic goal, but you didn't address the second largest elephant in the room, the room. Properly placed expectations. Hope this helps. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give us a thumbs up. We also have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, so please do that because we offer special price discounts to only those on our newsletter. And then don't forget about our forum. We have started a forum on our own website where people ask questions, and I usually get a chance every couple of days to look at it. There's an interchange between people on the forum, and we'll give you real answers on a regular basis, so that'll help you. Thank you.